Hello, it is Topical Tuesday, March 26th, 2024. Steve Sipress here, and I'm standing just outside my front door because a little bit more outside. It is uncharacteristically raining on a blustery, windy, overcast, rainy, cool, chilly day here in usually way too hot and way too sunny Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona area. Temperatures will be back up in the 80s in a couple of days, according to the forecast, but not today. You might be able to see behind me the wind blowing. You may not be able to see behind me the rainbow that was out above the mountains across the street from our home at the same time that it is still raining. So I'm going to cut it kind of short here because I'm going to head back inside where it is not as windy, not as wet, not as chilly. But what is in the news today in the world of business and entrepreneurs, and I guess politicians, but other than Donald Trump, you just can't ignore this guy. I mean, I grew up, if you hear me say a lot, I grew up in New York at the same time that Donald Trump was becoming famous. You know, no matter what he had to do, he just had to get on the front page or somewhere near the front page of the local papers. In New York, get married, get divorced, start a business, bankrupt a business, didn't matter. Trump got the attention, and man, I am not a fan of his tactics or the ways he does things, but there is absolutely no arguing with the fact that this guy gets results. So would I can't even think about it. I would not, and I have not, and I will not, and I do not want to be known as Trump is known. Again, love him or hate him. But man, his Donald Trump DJT stock ticker on the first day of public trading of his Truth Social business on the stock market, the stock went up. Started around 50, it went higher, but it finished around 60. And he owns about 60% of the company that is now worth about $8 billion, putting his profit for the day, his value of that company, his share, worth about $5 billion. Now, I know Mark Zuckerberg, on the day Facebook had its IPO, also had some ups and downs, but I think he owned a little over 20% of that company, and it made him right away one of the richest people in the world. Donald Trump's today supposedly cracked the 500 richest people in the world, something I know he's coveted and wanted his whole adult career that I followed him. He's always complained about not being ranked higher on the Forbes 400 or dropping out of it as he did recently, because when he went into politics and created millions or billions of enemies worldwide, his net worth dropped. And now with all his legal cases and whatever, and there's a rule, at least in this case, I guess they can make an exception, the board can vote or whatever, but supposedly I think it's about 6 or 9 months that the principals of a company cannot sell shares after an IPO because it would create too much volatility in the stock. So you can't just go public and then cash out immediately. Again, unless the board makes an exception. I have a feeling he's fairly prominent on the board, owning 60% of the company, which would allow him to take a mere $1 or $1.5 or $2 billion out of the 5 that he made today and kind of fund his campaign for president, not giving him any ideas, but that's something he could do. I mean, just personally, not only have I never done, now I volunteer for some politicians and some political things, never a candidate of either of the two major entrenched, corrupt, self-serving, ridiculous political parties. But I've never donated any money to politicians. And I remember specifically about Trump when he first ran and started asking for donations. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm certainly not giving donations to a billionaire who should be using his own money to run. And now he actually has it, again, not liquid, but could be made liquid, or he could likely get a loan against the value of this company, which, again, a similarity to Facebook. Facebook at the time of the IPO had all the promise in the world, but it was losing money. And this Truth Social is losing money. And yet, come on now, part of it has to be all the pro-Trumpers that love Trump would say, like, look, you know, I could just donate $20 to the campaign or $50 to the campaign and just get some warm and fuzzy feelings, or I can donate $50 and actually get a share of stock. So let me put $500 into this thing. I'll get 10 shares of stock instead of just, hey, thank you for the $500 a plate dinner instead of a dinner that's gone through my system and into the golden toilet in Trump Tower or whatever in an hour. Let's get 10 shares of stock, and who knows? Maybe the thing will go up some more. Who knows? But anyway, there is just no denying that this guy knows how to get results in business, how to generate money. Not a lot of business lessons here because I'm not a fan of the way he happens to do business, but I am results oriented and the results do speak for themselves. Amazing. Trump made more today than he's made in his entire lifetime, and he's already a multi-billionaire and was president and now running again to be president of the United States, had a #1 TV show. I mean, my goodness. So if that's what you want to do, you want to emulate Trump, go ahead, have at it. I'll take my tiny comparative slice of the pie, but I think a tremendous amount more of peace of mind and integrity and trust, and I can sleep at night knowing that I love my clients, I love all business owners, I do what's best for them, which again has me not being a multi-billionaire, but it has me very happy with where I am and what I do in life. I hope you are as well, and I thank you for being here today, and I hope you'll be back here again with me tomorrow. On World Wide Web Wednesday, I will catch you then. My hand is shaking. It's a little chilly out here. My hand is shaking with the camera. I apologize for the shaking, and I'll catch you back here again tomorrow.